When science and convention hold no answers, might we finally turn to the fantastic as plausibility? Hello everyone, I'm Mortika Lacrosse, and this is none other than Paranormal Plus, and this Paranormal Plus episode is going to be about shadow people. Shadow people are these shadow-like humanoid figures, or a black mass, if you will, that usually sometimes people see out of the corner of their eye, their peripheral vision, and see these spiritual entities, or, spirits of, if you will. What some believe that it may be connected to the ancient Eastern mythology of known as shades, which were those spirits that went into the underworld and appeared as a shadow-like figure. So that's what this episode is about. So let's just jump right into it. So basically, these shadow people have been spotted throughout centuries, but the term was not popularized until this show, I believe, was called Coast to Coast AM show or something like that. And basically, this person called in about it. It was a Native American elder, and this person discussed the shadow people, and basically as the dark silhouette figures that appear sometimes out of peripheral vision, or sometimes jump on the particular person and attack them. And this Native American elder described it basically as a negative entity. Now, what they are, nobody quite knows exactly what the shadow people are. There are various theories. Some people believe it's similar to the concept of shades, or in Eastern mythology, or even in Judaism, where shade basically are those spirits that are in Sheol, which is the Judaism version of an afterlife, if you will. Others believe that they might be aliens. Some people actually believe that shadow people might be interdimensional beings from another dimension, and that their dimension is kind of like ours is right here and theirs is like right there. And so they're just so close to each other that they appear sometimes in our realm and appear as shadows, but might look like humanoid figures like us, but because of the realm being right here and ours being right there, they appear as shadows. And some people have said that all of them are negative, while other people have said that only one particular shadow person, known as the Hat Man, is a negative entity. And that's because anybody that has had occurrences with the Hat Man have felt drained of power, drained of energy, if you will. They've felt very sick in his presence. He has seemed very malevolent entity or spirit. But and some people think that these beings or entities may be observers of some sort for some reason. It is not known currently of what they are. But there are tons of drawings of them throughout history and stuff like that. So before we end this video, I'm going to show a clip, if you will, of Vixen Fireheart talking about her experiences with shadow people. So here goes that clip, and I'm just going to sit here and drink my Mountain Dew while that clip plays.
Okay, so I'm doing this in the dark for a couple of reasons. One, I really don't like my face being seen, so there's that. Two, because this is supposed to kind of be like a scary telling of an experience I've had, and I'm doing this as a favor for another video, so this will be added into that. Pretty much, I'm going to be talking about an experience I've had with shadow people. And just as the name describes, they are dark, shadow-looking, human-like figures. But instead of being against a wall or the floor or something like that, like a normal shadow would, they stand out more like a normal person. Well, I've had an experience with one before. Well, technically two, but the main one I'm talking about is one I call the Shadow Man. He's a tall figure. A tall, like, man, I guess you could say. Obviously, he's really dark and shadow-looking. You cannot depict any exact details. other than the fact that he is abnormally tall, and he looks like he's wearing one of those tall type of hats. I guess kind of like what you would think that Abe Lincoln would wear. And I've seen him on and off throughout my life, and I really don't like it, because every time I see him, I'm afraid. The whole atmosphere feels off. It just feels wrong and evil, and I'm scared. I do not see him as much as I did when I first saw him, when I was younger. I still do see him, but not as much. I keep myself protected. That's a whole nother topic. And my protector, Wolfborg, he keeps me protected. So, back to the topic at hand. I first started seeing him, I think, when I was about 4. And I've always been able to see things that I probably shouldn't. The first time I ever really saw him as a child, I was up in the middle of the night and went to get a drink. And that's when I first saw him. It was in the dark, in the kitchen. And I ran crying, and I hid. And I've seen him on and off since. Since I've moved, it's not as much, thankfully. And if he does come around, I'm okay. Because I've learned pretty much learned how to keep myself safe in a way. I don't know if that makes any sense, but see, it takes a lot of energy to kind of ignore it and make sure I can't see him. And I guess to make it a little more sense, I'm a witch. And that's part of what I mean when I say I've learned ways to protect myself and to block him away. And for me, that helps. Other people, they probably have other ways that they deal with that, but that was my way of coping. And I have seen at least 2 others. No, 1 other, I'm sorry. And it was a little girl in a house that I used to live in. And it would stand at the bottom of my mom's bed. And it freaked me out. Looking back on it now, I'm not entirely fully sure why it freaked me out, why she freaked me out. I had this like fear that struck straight into my heart. Maybe it was because I was still young, or maybe because of the experiences I've had with the Shadow Man. I'm not entirely sure, but I've only ever seen her those couple of times. And after we left that house, I never saw her again. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I keep pausing and everything. It's because this topic is really hard for me to talk about, and I'm trying so hard not to cry. Because just even thinking about it, it still bothers me. And it freaks me out a lot. But, yeah, that's my experience, and, I swear that I am telling the truth. Believe it or not, that's up to you. Bye.
So that was Vixen Fireheart's experience with the shadow people. If you yourself have an experience with shadow people, make sure you comment down below and tell us about your experiences with shadow people. We'd like to hear from you. Also, if you like this kind of video and you want to see more of this kind of, what do you call it, content? There we go, that was the word I was looking for. If you want to see more of this content, make sure you click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of future Paranormal Plus videos. And make sure that you share this video on and off social media. We'd really appreciate it. We'd really appreciate it if you just subscribed. That'd be cool. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And like I said, tell us down below about your experiences with shadow people or what you would like to see in a future Paranormal Plus video. Thank you for watching and, well, listening to the part with Vixen, because she doesn't like being on camera at all. Most of the time when I have her on camera, it's because I tricked her. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. I'll see y'all next week in whatever video I have planned for next week. Anyways, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you on the other side.